There we go. Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Bend, Bowed Not Broken, and I have a friend, an old friend, a guy that I really look up to. I had him on about a year ago. I had you on about a year ago, and if there's one thing that I've learned from him is he's quite the warrior, quite the guy that's gone through quite the health issues. And just for kind of folks that are watching, kind of coming in now, last year we talked about, I can't even pronounce the name of the one ailment you had back then.
ARDS.
ARDS, that's right.
ARDS.
ARDS. And we're with Lindsey Coleman here in West Jordan. And ARDS does what to the body?
Actually, it goes in and attacks your lungs and scars your lungs. And mine, it actually did it overnight, and most of the time it attacks 100%, and only about 10 to 15% of the people that get it even survive it.
Right, I remember that. And you got it like you said, like that fast. And I think you chalked it up for your wife, kind of finding out about it, and then alerting the medical folks about it, right?
No, we actually we went to an Instacare. They said it wasn't the flu, it wasn't pneumonia. They said you had to go to the hospital. We went to the hospital. They ran all the tests. They checked things out and said, well, we need to keep you overnight. So she went home and decided she'd come pick me up the next morning. She was there till about 2 in the morning, but then she went to work. And I called her in the morning and asked her when she was going to get me because I had a busy schedule that day.
Right.
So I talked to her on the phone, and while I'm talking to her, they say, we're taking you to ICU.
That's right, okay.
So I tell her we're headed to ICU, and she's like, for what? It's just a cough. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Right.
And then she said, okay, I'll hurry and on my way. Within 10 minutes later, they called her back and said they had just put me on a respirator on a life machine. And she's asking, man, can't we just wait? And they're like, no, man, he's already on the machine.
Wow.
So she had somebody else grab her at work and bring her on out. And as she got out, as she walked up, waited for the doctor to come out. And by then, a couple of my friends were there, and they're asking the doctor, and he's like, man, we've had like 3 people that have had this in the last month or so.
Really?
And he's like, there's not much of a chance left here. And she says, so he's the 4th one.
Not much of a chance here, kind of thing?
Yeah, and everybody, all the other ones had all passed away. And she got hit with that news just like that.
I don't remember, but you hadn't been ill, right? You were a perfectly healthy man, middle-aged man and all that, and then boom, this thing hit you.
Just a cough.
So lately, what's been anything I know you had some surgery or you had some other things, or you were back in the hospital?
I started getting better, and I've done a lot and been getting better. And
right.
Especially when I compare with where I am now versus where I was then.
Right.
But in December, I went in and they found some skin cancer on my back.
Okay.
But then from there, they actually diagnosed it. And in the test, they found out it was in my lymph nodes.
Oh.
So on December 16th, they went ahead and went in and cut it out of my lymph nodes. And so I've got scars from here to here and here to here, and a big piece in my back. But the interesting thing about that is on ARDS, where I have a breathing problem, they were not able to put me under with medication.
What?
Is all they could do was one local.
What'd I tell you about this guy?
So with a local.
So with the local, they operated. They took
here.
those lymph nodes out.
But just think about this too, because if you had a local normally and you were having this spot operated on,
right,
they would have given you all the medication here.
Right.
And that would have been all your body could hold.
Right.
They had to split that 3 ways to go, and this is incredible because as the doctor cuts in here and you're awake and you can see the reflection and really realize you're being cut into.
Right.
And the pain's incredible.
Right.
And within 6 or 7 minutes, he says we need to stop because the blood pressure is getting too high and I'm going to have a heart attack or a stroke or something. because the blood pressures were just off the chart.
Well, don't you think the case of being awake, and isn't that kind of why?
But,
I mean, if you were asleep and out, I mean, your blood pressure would have been, your body, you know, you're all gone kind of thing.
So it got so high, he said we need to quit, and I'm like, no, just give me a few minutes.
Right.
Let me just give me.
So you're talking to him and tell him.
No, I mean I'm awake this whole time.
Well, what I mean is you're controlling you want to control your blood pressure.
And we were actually to stop for about 2 minutes.
Right.
I brought the blood pressure down, and I told him to just get through it. And he said, well, we could do the one side today and the other side later. And I'm like, man, I won't come back. So we did both of those and the back while I was awake.
Wow.
And it was the most intense pain, but I never would have went back in to have it redone.
So how are you now? I mean, health-wise, recuperating and...
This is incredible too, because this was December 26th of last year.
Right.
On the 22nd of December, they decided it would be time for me to start chemo. And as soon as these had healed, they'd be able to do radiation.
Right.
But when we found out about the diagnosis on about the 7th or 8th of December,
right.
Once we found out about that, I started taking apricot seeds and CBD oil at a really high rate.
CBD oil, how about that?
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody knows about that. And apricot
seeds. Now, they used to make Laetrile back in the 50s, 60s.
Okay.
With apricot seeds because of the B17 and the cyanic acid that's in it.
Right.
But there was no money in apricot seeds, so they made it illegal to sell as a cure or anything to do with cancer. So now it's only sold basically just as a spice is how you can buy it. But with everybody can Google apricot seeds and cancer, and there's hundreds of thousands of people that it's helped. It's helped lots of people, and then the CBD oil is the same. But so the doctors were saying if I didn't do the chemo starting the 22nd, within a month we would have bigger tumors than we just took out today. And I was like, I don't think so. And I had to sign off on it, so we didn't do the chemo. And 5 weeks later, the cancer is 100% gone.
So you're watching the Daily Band with Lindsey, and Lindsey is like this. He's one of the, like I said earlier, he's one of the most amazing men that I've ever known, in the sense that, you know, just a healthy guy, and then all of a sudden, boom, something hits him, and then boom, another thing hits him. And we've been talking about CBD oil and apricot seeds, and within a 5 week period,
it was 100%.
You didn't have to deal with any chemo, and the cancers were gone.
Yeah. 100% gone.
And we're dealing with the sun now. Well, now we have the sun. Here we go.
And now I'm taking still like 10, 12 apricot seeds a day.
Are you?
I'm still taking the CBD oil.
Right.
And I believe it'll actually help them stop the cancer from coming back throughout the summer.
How do you, other than the cancer, how is that oil and the seed, how has that helped you? I mean, physically, do you feel, has it helped your lungs as well, and that kind of thing?
The most important about the CBD oil, and it is actually getting the right one. And I've actually tried about 8 different companies.
Oh, have you?
And really the only one that I found that really works is one called Prime My Body.
Prime My Body.
And it's made with nanotechnology, so they break the cells so down, so small. And you get to where you notice it, and you think you're feeling good, and you really notice that you're not as bad. And then I also in myself think, well, it might be a placebo. But when you run out of this stuff for a week,
really,
my wife tells me that I'm out of it. She can see that I can't walk as well. She can see I can't breathe as well.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. No, I mean
it's in the head. So a lot of it, but a lot of it is some of these natural or these good remedies.
Even my breathing is like way better.
Yeah, your breathing it's been a year since I've seen him, but your breathing is way better than it was before.
The coolest part about that is they said I would never ever be able to be off an oxygen machine, even for minutes.
Wow.
And now I've gone out, I've ridden the electric bikes we were talking about last year.
Right.
We sold a lot of those through the summer, and I even rode one for 41 miles. You can go 25 miles on a charge. So that means that I pedaled about 16 miles worth, even with the oxygen machine.
So I got to ask, and this is what Boat Not Broken is all about. You've been hit a couple times, big times. What just keeps you What keeps you going? Because a lot of people just go, I'm done. I'm out of here. I just, I get the ARP, then now I've got this. Hey, I'm out of here. What is it that keeps you rolling along? I mean, it's an amazing thing.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. She'll just, with everything you can go through, whatever the pain is, whatever the stuff is, you don't know what's better than the alternative, but it seems like it's better than the alternative. And boy, some of the programs and stuff that you talk about, suicide.
Right.
And I know people that have had the pain, that have given up. Even my dad, when he got throat cancer,
right.
He said he didn't want to go what I've gone through, and essentially he caused the cancer to just grab him and take hold of him really, really fast, even though he was doing the chemo.
Right.
He just didn't want to go ahead and do it, but I just feel like there's so much more. I do a lot of stuff. I'm doing a lot with different charities, a lot with helping people.
Right.
I help people get apricot seeds. I don't make any money from it. A lot of people will get apricot seeds and try them. I know of hundreds of other people that are still alive that the doctor said there was no other hope. But between the apricot seeds and now I know the CBD oil is even helping that much more. I really just enjoy helping people.
Awesome. So you've turned it around and you're like your own guinea pig, and this is how I can help everybody else out.
And even with, as you mentioned too, I sell houses and stuff.
Right. Yeah. Lindsey's a realtor. He's a entrepreneur, e-bike guy. He's everything.
And what I really love with houses is helping, like single women or stuff, or women with kids.
Right.
That can never come up with the 1.5 or the 3% of the amount of the down payment, and I make the 3% on the commission. And a lot of times I just give them the commission in order to help get them into the house. And it's just kind of, man, it's really rewarding to watch when somebody has a good credit score, they're paying too high a rent, and I just go ahead and just give them the commission, because everything seems to be working out pretty well, even with the health deals.
Wow. So here's a guy, we have a lot of similar friends, and always have, but, here's a guy that's helping people get into houses, and all the other things, and doing all that you do, and then, with a great attitude. I mean, I don't think I've ever, he's always got the positive way about him,
In front of my body, I've got people that have had dementia, Alzheimer's, people that haven't been out of their house in 6-7 months. I actually gave some to a guy the other day, and he actually walked me to his car, and he hadn't been out of the house since August, so almost 6-7 months.
Wow.
And even just taking it, he quit shaking from the Parkinson's.
Right.
And the results are just amazing on some of these other products and stuff, but it's just really cool to help people.
That's awesome. I need a few. I need some because I doing pull-ups every day and push. I need to recuperate.
But that's one thing that we need to also talk about too, is about everything that you're out there doing for people and everything.
Well,
too.
yeah.
These stories that you're doing and sharing, and I watch them not every day, but man, at least probably 4 or 5 times a week.
Oh, good.
And they just motivate people. I share some of your stories. But what you're doing for people is pretty incredible.
What we're doing is telling people you guys are the inspiration. You really are.
But you just getting out there and talking to people. Man, I just love it. And like I said, man, I share the stories, a lot of yours with different people, and whatever your topics are for the day, a lot of times they're exactly what some of my friends need to see. And it's just cool to share the stories. Awesome. And it's glad to have the opportunity to be able to get this out there, let people know, really, no matter what you overcome, you can overcome anything. Yesterday I met with a lady that about 2 years ago I went to a book retreat to help get started writing on a book. And I've been doing a little bit of it all the time. And yesterday we made it to the next step, that I actually started going through a bunch of stuff. And she's an accredited author and stuff.
Wow.
And she's either going to co-write the book, but she's really helped create the book with me.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be...
So do you have a title, or it's your life and it's...
it's either going to be Never Give Up, or It Started with a Cough, or...
It started with a cough. Yeah. There we go.
A lot of it has to do about the
awesome.
coma and everybody, what you could overcome by just not giving up. And it doesn't matter whether it's financial, whether it's health, whether it's spiritual. Just people just they keep trying, and it goes back. like you said, some of your other topics about suicide, just not giving up. And if people just know that there's always somebody there to help them, if they will just reach out to the right people. And then again, we all need to be intuitive to the people that really need the help.
Right, right. Well, I can't say it any better than you did. That's what this show's all about, is connecting people. Not everybody has what you have, but we're all going through very similar issues and trying not to give up. And I just appreciate you doing a little follow up. I hopefully maybe in a couple more months we'll come back again. But I just you're one of those guys that I think about all the time, and just get knocked on your ass, and you get right back up, and you're willing to help people and do all the things that you do. So I really appreciate you taking the time.
Great.
And I appreciate everybody watching. Please share, like. Lindsey's got, I'll have to post Lindsey's first show about a year ago, and then we'll post this show, of course, as well. So thanks for watching, everybody. What a beautiful day. Go out and enjoy it. Go out and enjoy it. You got to see it. I don't know if Lindsey can show you to kind of stop the whole thing. Look at his shirt now. Look at his shoes. You got to see his shoes too. Check this out. Check this out.
Get that
here. So to end the show, yeah, there we go. See, we've got matching shoes. He looks like a personal. He's a personal trainer. Hey, talk to you guys later. Thanks everybody. Remember, life's all about the bend.